is now joining us to talk about Indigo in particular, plus of course aviation. Jinesh, afternoon, thank you so much. I won't ask you which is your favorite airline, but I would definitely tell you that I was pretty intrigued to see the latest announcement from Indigo saying that now they are working on kind of ensuring the wanderlust of citizens, especially the Gen Z, is taken care of in the form of affordable long haul. They've already announced a kind of a business class as well. So this is a transformation of the business model which is happening. I'm not even going in the direction of big orders which they have placed. So this transformation, as they move slightly higher, affordable long haul, longer routes overseas, which was up till now completely captured by overseas airlines and even business class, will it improve their yields meaningfully in the years to come?
Definitely they are taking baby steps towards premiumization. So, for instance, the launch of business class service, which they announced very recently, I think more details will emerge in the month of August. So, that obviously is a step towards premiumization, and also the long haul bit, which you just mentioned. So, their current international ASKM share is anywhere between 25 to 30%. And with this new Airbus order, which they placed some time back, the plans are to kind of expand their wings internationally as well. So net, what I feel is that if you look at the domestic markets, their market share is anywhere at about 60% odd, and they would have had to innovate to kind of expand a bit more. So premiumization and long haul, I think these are the two best bets for them. So I think they are on the right path.
Okay, so that's a view coming in on the kind of transformation that we are seeing. But what about that big bull versus bear kind of argument, Jinesh, that on one hand, you believe that the peak of the profitability was behind, but then now there are further tailwinds that you're witnessing as well. As far as the stock price is concerned, do you think the best is already priced in, or do you anticipate further room for upside on this one?
We anticipate further room for upside, because if you look at their yields, they have been holding up at about 5 rupees for quite some time, and there were concerns that the yields might soften a bit and there could be some pressure on pricing, but we have not been able to kind of see any pressure on pricing as yet. So with yields holding on, and even if you look at the ATF price, in 4Q it is at about 100 odd. Although there is about 4 to 5% jump on a YY basis, I do not see much pressure on their gross spreads. So I believe with yields holding, you will see the company do well from here on as well.
Jinesh, were you surprised by the block deal today? Because while we are used to seeing the Gangwal family selling out the stake, the one coming from Mr. Bhatia was a bit of a surprise factor, at least to us. Were you surprised as well? And any idea as to what the usage of funds is? Why did they kind of brought almost 2% in the market?
Typically promoter exits are viewed with suspicion, and given the fact that we have been seeing Mr. Gangwal exit for quite some time, obviously this 2% stake sale has indeed come as a surprise. But I don't think we should be reading too much into it, because the fundamentals are pretty much intact, and I think this is after a long time that they have decided to exit 2%, and again there is a 1-year lock-in from here on. So I believe that we shouldn't be reading too much into it, and we are hopeful that the delivery will continue from here on.
Yeah, so just one quick word. What are your FY26 or 27 profitability estimate for airline from here on?
So they reported about 8,400 crores in terms of PAT in FY24. That was a record number. For 25 and 26, we are maintaining a similar profitability levels. So although we expect yields to remain at about 5 odd, but in 26, perhaps the fuel cost might rise a bit. So we are not very gung-ho in terms of profitability, but if yields can surprise. So for instance, for 1Q, they have mentioned that their passenger RASK is similar to what they reported in 1Q of FY24. So if there is any element of surprise which comes through in the form of better yield, given the fact that there is an artificial scarcity created because of the higher number of groundings, which is giving them a better command in terms of pricing, then you can see some bit of an upgrade come through. So that is how I would like to sum it up.
Point taken. So that's the latest coming in from Prabhudas Leeladhar. As far as Indigo stock is concerned, clearly seeing more upside on that one. Thanks, Jinesh, for making time and speaking with us. Just wrapping up.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.